Right on schedule, it's time for the 10 o'clock tip, day number 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. Thanks for joining us here on the SUVTV.com. We've got a southern battle here. It's the Aggies and the Rebels, two Mississippi schools going at it, and it's Kossuth with the opening tip. Kossuth moving left to right. They've got maroon numerals on white jerseys. And with the long flowing hair, this is Kennedy Dye with the left hand, setting the offense up. This is Wilcher. Wilcher throws it in the short corner, a little power dribble there. They're going to work it around. Here's Dye, back out to Wilcher. Thought about the three. Now he's going to give it up. 3 ball for Dye, in and out, no good. And here comes Hickory Flat the other way. This is the 5'6" point guard. Jacob Gadd gives it up. 3 on the wing. Shot up no good. You can tell both of these teams like to shoot the 3 ball. That's a good play there on the far side for Hickory Flat. That's Darius Nugent saving that in and preserving a possession for Hickory Flat. Mason with the right hand, guarded closely by Hodum. One of my favorite names in the Classic, that's Randtel Issam in the lane. He's going to be called for the charge. Randtel Issam or Issam? I think it's going to be Issam, actually. And it'll be Wilcher and Dye setting things up for the Aggies. Now Hodum on the wing. Hodum, the most highly touted recruit in this game. Several looks from junior colleges and averaging 21 a game. Here he is in the post. He's going to have to pass out quickly. It's Wilcher. Working around the outside. Now Wilcher goes baseline, gets around his man, missed the layup. Neither team can buy a bucket in the early going, and he's going to be called for the walk as Wilcher went to the floor. Hunter Mason walks it into the front court in no particular hurry. Guarded by Hodum. Now here's Issam. Issam guarded by Dye. Issam took an extra step, and he's called for the walk. Quick substitution. Issam comes out, and in for Hickory Flat is Daz Fant. Wilcher to Dye. And here's Hodum on the wing. His first shot attempt, in and out, no good. Dye's going to chase down the rebound. Another offensive rebound in the early going on this one. And Dye's going to go to the line for 2. Foul will go against McClellan. Correction, the foul will go against Gelker, Zach Gelker. Now they've given it to Fant. Daz Fant called. And Dye puts in the first point. This game number 2 of day number 2. Alcorn Central gets the win in game number 1. And we've got Hickory Flat and Kossuth. And I've been instructed it's Kossuth. It's a southern town, and they say you got to say it with a southern twang as well. So we got Kossuth. There's a crossover, little pull-up jumper, in and out, no good. Good, strong rebound, and it's swatted out of there. That was Issam. Checked back in, got a rebound, and then had it blocked into the little camera well there. Shout out to the camera crew for SUV TV. They've putting in some long hours. Layup, no good. Neither team really in a flow to start this one. It is early. Early in the season, early in the day. Both apply here. Wilcher on the wing. He's going to kick it over. This is the headbanded TJ Essery. Got the hair flowing over the headband. How about that look? Got some interesting looks for this Kossuth team. I like it. You got Dye with the long flowing hair, and there's Hodum. Hodum on the inside with the left hand. His first 2. As I mentioned, he's averaging over 21 a game. They're 21 a game last year, 20 a game this year. He's a left-handed, just a shooter that has range for days. Here's Isom, pull-up jumper, 15-footer. There's why he is being looked at by several junior colleges. He can shoot it. And Hickory into the front court. Now Wilcher. Wilcher to Dye. Dye with the left hand, reached in on. Had it knocked away, but Hickory ends up with it. And this is Hodum. Good strong move in the post. You can tell he's a guard, but he's got a wide frame, and he can use it in the post as well. He draws the foul on Nugent. And Hodum puts through the first. Out for Kossuth is Jonah Smith, a freshman guard, and he is replaced by Bo Lee. Bo is listed at 6'5". He's more known at Kossuth for his wideout capabilities for the football team. Hodum puts through both free throws. He's got 4. Kennedy Dye has a free throw, and there's the 5 points for Kossuth. Isom with the ball. He has the only 2 points for Hickory Flat, and he's forcing the issue. He's fouled. We'll go to the line for 2 on the shooting foul. Kind of a slow, sluggish start to this one. We've played over 4 minutes, and your score is 5-2. Isom has his third. This is Chris Kinney into the game for Hickory Flat. If this isn't 2 southern towns, I don't know what is. Hickory Flat and Kossuth. And it's the Aggies and the Rebels. And here's Kennedy Dye just wide open, takes his time and just buries that one. Kind of calm, cool, collected. 8-3. Kossuth on top, and we've got a quick timeout from Hickory Flat. Head coach Craig Daly wants to talk it over. Your score, Kossuth 8, Hickory Flat 3.
Most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are gonna have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
Into the front court, it's Isom. He gets it over to Mason. Hunter Mason now. He's the leading scorer for Hickory Flat. Quiet so far. Isom, what a shot. Hand in his face. Rantel Isom. It's one way to do it. You just hang in the air as long as you need to. Eventually your defender's going to land. And then shoot it at the peak of your jump. That's what Isom did. Here's Dye on the inside, using that big frame to kind of bully his way in there. Missed the shot, got his own rebound. Now he's on the floor. Loose ball. It's going to be picked up by Hickory Flat. Hunter Mason. Good matchup here with him and Hodum. Isom, 15-footer in a rhythm. More like an 18-footer. And out of bounds, it will be Hickory Flat basketball. They retain possession. Under 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Hickory Flat with the basketball, trailing by 3. There's Mason in the lane, his first 2. He's averaging 21 points per game in his own right. So you got Hodem for Kossuth averaging 20 a game. And you got Mason for Hickory Flat averaging 21 a game. So expect to see more scoring from those two. There's Hodem letting one go from way downtown, no good. And Rantel Isom into the front court. Jump stop in the lane. Good strong move from Isom. And the Hickory Flat Rebels take the lead. Kossuth working against man-to-man pressure from Hickory Flat. Wilcher to Dye. Dye now burrowing his way in. He's got a smaller guard on him, but he can't finish, and he's going to be called for the foul after the rebound.
Foul on the edge is number 10, Kennedy Dye. His first, team second.
Hunter Mason into the front court. Real quiet player. Not a whole lot of flash to his game, but he can just score. He just has a way of getting points. We plan on seeing a lot of that in this one. And here's Isom, under a minute to play. Hickory Flat with the lead and the ball. There's Mason, that quiet shot I'm telling you about. Just real smooth. And now we've got Gadd into the front court. Another offensive rebound for Hickory Flat. Kossuth's playing pretty good defense, but can't finish a possession with a defensive rebound. It's the last step of defense is the rebound. And here is Isom. He's going to cross over. He's kind of sizing up Hodem, but wanting to set up the offense at the same time. And now here he goes. Makes a move. Jump stop. Now pivots and then just shoots the fadeaway right over Hodem. Isom has 9 of the team's 11. And they left Hodem wide open the other end. He makes them pay. There's the offense starting to click for both teams. We got under 6 seconds to play. Gadd realizes it from half court, throws it up, in, out, and back in. Jacob Gadd was almost in the doghouse from his coach for not getting a shot off. And Craig Daly says there's 3 seconds left, go. And he pulls from half court and canned it. How about that? That's the second half court shot. Make it the third half-court shot that has gone in at the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic, and all 3 of them this year have gone in to our left. We've had one from Corinth High School, we've had one from Cordova, and now one from Hickory Flat. How about that? With that, we will head to break. We'll come back with the second quarter right here on SUV TV.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
Rantel Isom and the Hickory Flat Rebels, they have the lead by 3 with the basketball. Here's Mason now with the left hand working against Hodem. Again, that's the matchup to watch. And there's a rebound and lost his footing and just threw it up. Here's Hodem now in transition behind the back dribble, has a man in the corner. A spot up jumper in the corner, no good. And now Kossuth looks like they are going to set up an offensive look here. Dusty Roberts, who has checked into the game. Number 5, he's the one that had the 3 go in and out to start this possession. There's Dye for 3. He's got it. Kennedy Dye with 6 points now. Isom into the front court. Guarded closely by Dye, now Mason. Mason with the left hand, thought about pick and roll there for a second, and here's Rantel Isom, and that kid can just shoot it. What he doesn't have in size, he makes up for in stroke. He's a shooter. Wilcher looking for an entry pass into Hodum. Instead, they decide to work it around. That's all this is, just working it around, and then Wilcher just catches, kind of flat-footed, let that one go. Not the shot that Kossuth wanted there. And then a foul on top of that. And so checking in for Hickory Flat will be Nugent, and in for Kossuth will be Essery. Hunter Mason with just 2 points in this one. He hasn't had to score much. It's been all Rantel, and here is a steal and then a trip. That was in transition there was Roberts, and then it ends up in the hands of Daz Font, and he knocks down the three. Kind of a wild transition there, still trying to learn some names, but that was Dusty Roberts who looked to have a breakaway, and he tripped and fell. Not sure if his feet got tangled up or what. Then we got Wilcher pressing the issue on the other side, and I believe they're going to count the basket. No, I thought he was pointing down as in count the basket, but he's pointing down as if to say the foul was on the floor. So it'll be an inbound underneath their own goal for Kossuth, I should say. Here's Wilcher in the corner, gonna give it to Hodum. Hodum, good strong move, a pump fake, an up and under, and he's reached in on and fouled. Foul will go against Chris Kinney. Hodum to the line. Kossuth trails by 7, but are by no means out of this. This is actually two very evenly matched teams. You kind of get a feel, usually about halfway through the second quarter, you have a feel like, is this going to be a highly contested one, or is this going to be something where it's going to take an incredible effort for one team to pull out a victory that's just overmatched? And that's not the case. Neither team overmatched in this one. Expect to see this one to go down to the wire because Kossuth has the shooters to stay in this one, and Hickory Flat has two incredible scorers in Isom and Mason, and it's been all Isom doing the scoring for Hickory Flat so far. This is Mason on the extended wing, and he's going to give it to Isom. He's looking for a shot. Crossing over, a little pull dribble there, and he's going to give it up. That's Fant, who's got another three. Daz Fant with 3 more. Now give him 6, and it's an 8-point advantage for the Rebels. Aggies into the front court. It's Essery. Hodum. He's got Wilcher on the wing, but wants to take it himself. Pump fake. He's fouled. That's a pro move right there from Rick Hodum. That's called being crafty. And Hodum cans the free throw. There's some charades going on from head coach Craig Daly to our right. I think he's impersonating what the defender did there. He's coaching up his team and impersonating, saying, this is what you're doing on defense. And he's quite animated over there. And here's Fant now into the front court. And how about this? They're just going to face guard. In fact, this is box and one defense. You don't see this very much, but this is a box and one designed to keep Rantel Isom from continuing to score, but they can't leave Fant. Fant's knocked down 2 threes, and there's a turnover. Here's Dye in transition, off to the races. He's fouled and will go to the line for 2. You wouldn't think you would go box and one against Hickory Flat, knowing that Mason is a capable scorer as well. Usually if it's a one-man show, you'll box and one and just keep the ball out of the hands of that one player. But in this case, Isom is off to such a hot start. They feel like they have no option, and so that's the strategy for Kossuth right now. Isom has 12. And now it looks like Kossuth is going to go man-to-man here. They've come out of the box and one. Mason guarded by Hodum. Nice pump fake. Good take to the rim, and Hodum actually blocked that from behind. That's great defense. Kossuth with the basketball, trailing by 5 all the way to the hole. Basket and the foul for Wilcher. That is a coast-to-coast for Nick Wilcher. And that was Gadd trying to take the charge, and he slid his feet. It's called for the block. Wilcher completes the three-point play. We're under 4 minutes to play in the first half, and we've got a good one on our hands. It's Hickory Flat with the basketball and the lead. Gadd with the right hand, working with the mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth. Now Mason, guarded by Hodum, and Mason just pulls right in front of him. Back iron, and then it bounces over the backboard out of bounds. Mason will get a breather, and Fant will come in to replace him. And it's a 30-second timeout for Kossuth and a 2-point advantage for Hickory Flat. We'll be back after this on SUV TV.
Freaked, then remembered McD's all-day beef fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka laka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all-day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's is serving breakfast all day now. 5 gold hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Dear at McDonald's, thank you for serving all-day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on earth.
Retweet.
Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all-day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
You see the commercials run during the break. We thank our sponsors of this broadcast, all of them. There's so many to name. I hate trying to do that during the game because I always leave out a few, but there's banners hanging throughout the gym. A lot of people behind this tremendous event, and it's recognized now as one of the better high school basketball showcases in the South and really one of the better ones in the country. Here's Isom with the steal. It's going to go coast to coast and lay that one in. Rantel Isom with 14 points to lead all scores, and a 4-point advantage for Hickory Flat. The Rebels, they have the same colors as Ole Miss and the same mascot as Ole Miss. It's kind of a navy and red, maybe navy and scarlet. Hodum off glass, no good. A little too strong. Look at Gadd chase it down, but he stepped on the end line. Aggies in need of a bucket. They trail by 4. They led early, and then Hickory Flat went on a little run, or Rantel Isom ran on a run.
Clear for Kennedy, clear
And
for
the
Kennedy.
Aggies have trailed ever since. Hickory on the inside, kind of a wild shot, thought he was fouled. He did. And Isom will set up the offense with 2.5 to play in the first half. Isom up to Fant. Fant has 2 threes, and now they leave Isom open on the wing. He thought about pulling, but he gave it up. An extra pass leads to a 3 for Jacob Gadd. He's got 6 now, the 5'6" junior guard, smallest player on the floor, but he's one of the more effective ones. Hickory on the wing. He's looking for a lob into Hodum, but instead Hodum goes opposite block. They'll work it around and now try to get him a touch. Dive for 3, off glass, no good. Cleared out by Fant. Fant to Isom. Isom looks at head coach Craig Daly and gets the play call. He walks it into the front court, taking his time. It's a 3-2 zone for Kossuth. The one thing you can't say about the Aggies, you can't say they're predictable. They've switched up defenses several times. I'll tell you what is predictable is Daz Fant. He's 3 for 3 from downtown. Everything he's shot, he's made. And look out. The Hickory Flat Rebels have stretched out a 10-point advantage on Kossuth with a minute 20 to play in the first half. That's a big shot on the way. No good from Hodum. High to clear the glass, and now a sweeping wild hook shot. No good. Batted up around. Another opportunity for the Aggies. It's Essery who cleans it up and puts it in. That sequence was started by Jonah Smith skying for that rebound, and he threw it up on the glass, and eventually Essery puts in 2. That prompts a timeout from Craig Daly and the Rebels. It's a full timeout. As we head to break, it's Hickory Flat 31, Kossuth 23. We'll be back with the end of the first half right after this. Mason into the front court. Hunter Mason's going to drop it off to Isom. Mason with just 2 points in the first half, averaging 21 a game. That's because Rantel Isom has 14. Here he is with the left hand. Oh, and he's just lost his footing there. Kind of tripped over his own 2 feet, and Essery turns it back over. And then it's picked up by Kenny, and he traveled with it. So 3 turnovers in a matter of about, good luck to the stat keeper down to our right. That's 3 turnovers in a matter of about 10 seconds there. And on the inbound, it'll be Smith to Hodum. Hodum with the left hand. Good, strong move, and it's blocked from behind. What a play by what a play by Chris Kenny. Isom into the front court. 15 seconds to play. This is what you want if you're Hickory Flat. Isom with the basketball. 10 seconds to play in the first half. Isom, jump stop. He's going to be called for the charge because Kennedy Dye was waiting on him. That's good help defense from Dye. If you're Kossuth, you got to be thinking just throw it up from half court. It's liable to go in. We've had 3 half court shots go in this weekend. 1 in this game. Here's Dye working into the front court. He's got 3 seconds to play. He's going to pull up a runner. Back iron, no good. And with that, we'll head to the break. Your score, Hickory Flat 31, Kossuth 23. More action coming your way next. It's the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic on SUV TV.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things. The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
Breakfast is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are gonna have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
This game, but it's playing my audio from and I'm wondering, like I haven't paid for that on my phone, so I'm just checking this stuff. Can you apologies for the delay with 7:07 to play in the third quarter. There's a move on the inside by Mason, shot up no good. It'll be out of bounds, Kossuth basketball. And a hello to everyone watching in the break room. We've finally got or not the break room, the hospitality room here at the tournament. Had a little technical difficulty there, and so we got that figured out, and now we're back to full strength here at the table. Hodum goes baseline and lays it in for a quick 2. It'll be Mason into the front court. Isom back to Mason. Mason and Hickory flat with the basketball. And a 9-point advantage. There's more of what we saw in the first half. Rentel Isom knocks in a 3. Here's Wilcher. Crossing over, working in the lane, had it stripped, taken away. That's Kenny with the ball. Now Mason into the front court. Behind the back dribble, now crossing over, sizing up Hodum. Thought he was going to hand to Isom. Now he wants to play 2-man game on the far side. Fakes the handoff, now gives it to Isom. Isom thought about the 3, working against Dye. Here's Kenny. Mason guarded by Hodum. Gives it to Isom. Nice little jab step in the lane. He's blocked. But a foul is called against Kossuth and Bo Lee. Isom no good on the first. One of the few misses of his today, and he's at the free throw line unguarded. And he gets the second. I've got Isom with 18 points at this point. In the lane, there's Wilcher for 2. Wilcher now with 5. And that is a 10-second violation. That's Hunter Mason. He took his time getting to half court, and then at the last second, it seemed, Kossuth called a 1-2-2 half court trap, and it caused Mason to reassess the offense there, and he kind of stood behind half court and was sizing up how they were going to attack that pressure, and got called for the 10-second call. It's almost like the blitz in football. You just unexpected can catch him off guard. Hodum fires a quick 3, no good. Several Aggies in the area for that rebound, but it just is deflected to Mason, who throws a bullet pass to Kenny, and Kenny can't handle it under the hoop. So the Aggies with an opportunity here. They trail by 11. Wilcher crossing over in the lane, had it blocked. And we're going to have a jump ball there, as that was an all-ball block, and it put Wilcher back to the ground. So it's either a walk or a jump ball, and they call that a jump ball. Isom into the front court, gets around Essery, bounces over to Mason. Rebel offense trying to be patient, but now faced with a trap, and it's a turnover. Wilcher in transition, long strides, no look pass to Essery, who backs in and lays it in. Essery has 4. And the Aggies trying to climb back in it, down by 9. And here's the half-court trap again. It's 1-3-1. I thought it was 1-2-2. It's actually a 1-3-1 half-court trap. If you're a smaller team, it's one of the more frustrating defenses you could possibly go against, is the 1-3-1. Because the ideal way to beat it is to lob over it, someone on the back line, but you can't do it if you're the smaller team because you got so much length in front of you. It's an interesting dilemma to be in. And here's Gadd. Now he's going to get trapped, and that's just a reach-in by Hickory. He's got to be smarter than that. 25, 30 feet away from the basket. That's just a reach-in.
You got to get up there. Nowhere in the middle. Get up.
There's Isom splitting the double team. Now using the pull dribble. Isom having a hard time with that trap now. Dye and Hickory have him cornered. He gets out of it and drops it to the big man. That's Gelker. And Gelker will go to the line for 2. And the first is good. No rim needed. And the second, nearly the same. He knocked them both in. And the lead is 11 for Hickory Flat. Dye in the lane, bounce pass. Over to Wiltshire. Wiltshire fakes the pass, lays it up and in, but he's called for the walk. He took an extra step. And here's the 1-3-1. Isom passing over it, now Gadd. Gadd back to Isom. Isom, a 10-foot pull-up, no good. They kind of got him out of rhythm a little bit, and he lost it out of bounds. Aggie basketball.
Don't be inside. All right, swing it, go.
Wiltshire over to Dye. Dye back to Wiltshire. Wiltshire's going to dump it into Hickory. Just a turnaround 6-footer, and it's a good one. TJ Hickory's got 6. Isom, good ball fake to free himself. Gets it over to Mason. That's good offense. In and out, no good. Cleaned up and put in by Gelker on the inside. Gelker has 4 points and all 4 in the second half. Wiltshire wastes no time, goes the other way and plows over Gadd. He's called for the charge. Jacob Gadd, the smallest man on the floor, takes the charge. And Hodem will check back in for the Aggies, in addition to Roberts, Dusty Roberts. Here's Mason. Over to Gadd, who lets the 3 go, and he buried it. That's another way to beat the 1-3-1 is to shoot the 3, and Gadd has 3 threes on the game, 9 points total, and that is a blocking foul on Gadd. He thought he beat Roberts to the spot, but he's called for the block. Hodem now. Drops it into Dye. Dye in traffic. Foul go against Gelker. Gelker was pleading his case, thought it was a jump ball, but he's called for the reach-in. Foul is on the floor. Dusty Roberts talks things over with his coach. And Hickory loses that one in the lane. It's a turnover for the Aggies. They've been plagued by those, particularly in the second half, and Isom's going to give it right back to him. He took an extra step. Wiltshire will check back in. He'll replace Hickory. Dye to inbound. He'll get it back and set up the offense. It's a 14-point advantage for Hickory Flat. Kossuth with the basketball, trying to climb back in it. On the inside, that's a good move with some nice touch. Bo Lee, his first bucket of the game. Mason with the crossover, working against that trapping pressure from Kossuth. Isom, bounce pass up to Mason. Mason skips it to Isom, over to Gadd in the corner for three. Back iron, no good. And Roberts can't control the rebound. He punches the wall over there. Frustrated himself for not gathering that one in. 1:20 to play in the third. Do the Aggies have a run in them? It sure seems like they do. They have the firepower to do it. They can't give up too many opportunities like they just did, or I thought they did, but there's a lid on the basket all of a sudden for Hickory Flat. They couldn't get either one of those 5-footers to go down. Here's Wilcher now in the lane. Going to kick it out to Roberts, but he's fouled before he does. That's a foul on Hickory Flats' Darius Nugent. Gelker will come back in for the Rebels. Odom now with the left hand. Had it slapped out of his hands, but he kept his composure and knocked that through. It's easy to see why he's a scorer. He's pretty mentally strong. He's a mentally strong player. Doesn't really lose his cool. Same demeanor just about the whole game. Kicked it over to Gadd. Gadd now using the pull dribble, facing a trap. Gets it over in the corner. A skip pass to Mason. Back to Kinney, who knocks down the three. That's not a three, it's just a jumper. Chris Kinney, about a 15-footer. Under 30 seconds to play in the third. Wilcher being chased from behind. He avoids the contact and lays it in. Wilcher now with 6, make it 7 on the game. Mason had it tapped from behind by Wilcher, and Wilcher's off to the races. Had it knocked away, picks it up, gives it to Dye, left hand lays it in. This may be the run that Kossuth needed. A 3/4 court heave from Isom is no good. And you look up, it's just an 8-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. Your score, Hickory Flat 47, Kossuth 39. Don't go anywhere. You're watching on thesuvtv.com.
Then remembered McD's all day be fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka laka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's serving breakfast all day now. 5 gold hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Dear at McDonald's, thank you for serving all day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on earth. Retweet. Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
Woke up L8, freaked, then remembered McD's all day be fast.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club, acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
Odom to inbound to start the fourth quarter. The Aggies trail by 8. They would love to start the fourth quarter with a bucket. They can cut it to 5 or 6. With this possession, here's Dye. Uses the pick from the big man Lee. Now he's directing traffic. Wants Lee in the post. Here's Hodom's just going to let the 3 go. Wasn't really set when he took the shot. And on the rebound, it's Bo Lee called for over the back. And that's the 6th team foul on Kossuth. So Hickory Flat will be in the bonus from here on out. The Rebels have fouled just 3 times. They still got 4 fouls before Kossuth's in the bonus. This is Mason into the front court. He finds Isom. Good play by Roberts. Got his hand in there and stripped it away. Somehow Isom hangs on to it. Isom now chased by Hickory. Now he's in a crowd. Gives it up. Good ball movement on the inside. That's Gelker for 2. If they can execute against the half-court trap, Hickory Flat's going to be just fine in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point advantage now. Dye over to Hodem. Hodem's going to throw it into Hickory. It's knocked away by Gelker. On the inbound, it's Wilcher. Wilcher uses kind of a Euro step, and he's called for a walk. And I tend to agree here with Jodan Roberts, the head coach for Kossuth. I'm not sure if that's a walk. He takes such long strides. It seems like it. There's no way he could cover that much ground, but he really is within the role of that gather step that you're allowed to have. And there's Gadd fouled in the corner. And he'll go to the line for the 1-and-1. And so this is huge for Hickory Flat. If they can knock down free throws in the fourth, they're going to be in great shape. Yeah, this is the 1-and-1. Should be. But both teams are huddling. Or started to, but no, it's just Hickory Flat's going to huddle. And this is what the officials don't like when this happens. But this is a Hickory Flat essentially just stealing a timeout here, because during the first free throw, he's going to huddle his other 4. They huddle and they get basically a free timeout out of this. Gadd misses the first free throw, though. So Kossuth gets the ball after an empty possession from the Rebels. Here's Dye. Thought about the 3. He's looking for Hickory in the post. He's got it now. Good cross-court pass to Roberts. Now Wilcher sets his feet and knocks one through. That was a big one. Nick Wilcher. 10 points for Wilcher. And Mason now behind the back, getting around Hickory. Bounce pass, and there's a foul on Hickory. So that puts Mason at the line. Hunter Mason has just 2 points in this game, and he's averaging 21. So you would think Hickory Flat would be losing with that total. And that's a lane violation on Chris Kinney for Hickory Flat. So that no matter what happens, if that free throw goes in or not, it's Kossuth basketball, because it was the front end of a 1-and-1. Here's Dye now into the front court. This is an opportunity for Kossuth. They could cut it to 4 with a 3 here. Wilcher made one on the last trip. Dye behind the back, dribbled it off his foot, and it'll be a turnover. Tried to go behind the back with that dribble and brought it in too tight and went off his heel. Hickory now guarding Mason closely, who gets rid of it. Rantel Isom kicks it over. Big 3 on the way from Gadd, no good. Hickory clears. It's a 7-point game. Aggies with the basketball and a deficit. And Roberts plows into Gadd again. That's the second time that's happened. Gadd has tried to move his feet and get in front, but he's just a hair slow. Roberts with that burst draws the block. 5:40 to play in this one. Aggies with an opportunity, inbounding under their own goal. A lot of coaches can steal a bucket with a good play call here. And it's Hodem for 3 in the corner. Back iron, no good. The opportunities have been there for the Aggies. They sit at 5-2 on the year. Hickory Flat's 3-2. Two well-coached teams, two very disciplined teams. Splitting the trap, lobbing it on the inside. It's Gelker. He's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Rick, you gotta be up. Go. You gotta be up. You drop when there's no pressure. They're not looking to score. You gotta be up. Locking everything up.
Gelker is true on the first. He's got 7 points. Hickory Flat is led in scoring by Rantel Isom. He's got 21. Rick Hodem for the Aggies has 15. That was the scoring battle. That was the matchup to keep an eye on. Both of those guys can fill it up. Gelker knocks in the second free throw. Wiltshire crosses over, pull up, thought he was fouled, no call. And it's a 9-point lead with the basketball. 5 minutes to play, the clock continues to tick. Mason walks his way into the front court, not yet into the front court. And we've got a timeout for Hickory Flat as head coach Craig Daly knew that we were about to have another 10-second call as Hickory Flat takes their time getting into the front court. We'll take the timeout too as we head to break. Your score, Hickory Flat 51, Kossuth 42.
Most weekends only last a couple of days. Some last a lifetime. Hampton, we go together.
Who wants that more? Stepping on the end line is Hickory Flat, and it's Aggie basketball trailing by 9. You gotta believe the time is now if you're Kossuth to climb back in it. You're running out of time. We're inside 5 minutes to play. Kennedy Dye with the hair resting on his back. He's got that long hair, some of it pulled back, some of it just flowing. Kicks it over to Roberts. Roberts on the wing. He's got it to Dye up top. Dye back to Roberts. There's a post touch for Essery, who's got that sweeping hook shot he's gone to. Hodem pulls the rebound and then has it taken away by Gelker. And the jump ball goes Hickory Flat's way. So Essery had the move he wanted, had the shot he wanted, but it rolled around the rim and would not go down, and Hodem tied up on the rebound. Here's Mason. Patiently into the front court, now facing that half-court trap. He gets it out of his hands, gets it in the hands of Isom. Isom dribbles through the entire defense to the other side, gets it to Gadd. Now Isom dribbling in traffic to Mason. Now Gelker. Gelker bulls his way in and is called for the charge as he plowed over Roberts. They trade possessions, but no points. And the lead is still 9, under 4 to play. Here's Roberts, up top to Hodem. Essery, out of his range, so he gives it back up to Lee. Essery to Dye for 3, short. The Aggies can't buy a basket. Kinney throws the outlet to Mason. Mason up to Gelker, who lost it out of bounds. 3:19 to play. How many opportunities have the Aggies had in the fourth quarter alone? They've taken good shots. They just can't get one to go down. Hickory thought about the three. And it's Roberts. They're looking to get Hodum off the flex cut. But now ball is opposite Hodum. Hodum pops out, can't get it from Dye. That's good defense from Kenny. Kenny's a great defender. And this is Bo Lee. This is taking a lot of time off the clock, and Kossuth is going to turn the ball over. That's Bo Lee on the far side. Had it come out of his hands. And so essentially 30 seconds off the clock and no points for the Aggies. Hickory flat. Trying to salt this one away. Here's Mason. He's good with the ball. Now he's facing a trap, and right when I say that, he turns it over. Here's Hodum in the front court. Hodum with his head down, goes strong to the hole and scores. Hodum for 2. He's got 17 on the game. The lead is 7.
Hands up.
Mason dribbles in, gets it to Gadd. Gadd escapes the trap, gets it down to Gelker. Gelker is hammered as he threw a pump fake, and Bo Lee bid on it. And Lee was essentially landing on the back of Gelker. It's always a dangerous play when there's a pump fake and an athlete goes flying in the air, and then the player with the ball is just left underneath with the athlete flying by or flying on top, and this will be a timeout for Kossuth. It's a full timeout. I assume this is for Jodan Roberts to set up maybe not even a half-court pressure defense, but a full-court pressure defense. And Hickory Flat will have a chance to discuss how they want to attack that. It's a 7-point game. We'll take the timeout too. Hickory Flat on top of Kossuth in the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic on SUV TV.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect.
So Gelker misses the first, but cans the second, which means it's an 8-point advantage for Hickory Flat. Here's Hodum going baseline. He's fouled and will count the basket. That's a good, strong take from Rick Hodum when they need it the most. He comes up with a big bucket. He's got 19 now, and will go to the line for the 3-point play. Hodum can't convert the 3-point play. That's a big miss, and it's an 8-point lead now.
You ready, Dustin?
There's the trap. Mason dribbles through, gives it to Isom. Isom can't pick up his dribble there. He'll get trapped. Instead, he tries to throw it to Mason, who steps in the backcourt. Yeah, it's a 6-point game. I thought that was strange. I felt like it was closer than 8, and it is closer than 8. It's a 6-point advantage. The last two to Kossuth were never given on our, not just on our scoreboard, but the scoreboard in the gym. But now, so here's what you got. It's a 2-possession game. The Aggies with the basketball. Here's Dye with the left hand. Has a pick from Hickory. Thought about the 3, now goes all the way to the hole for 2. It's a 4-point game. Kennedy Dye with 2 more. Mason is going to walk this into the front court. Hickory coming out to extend that defense. Mason uses a pick, then picks up his dribble. Hickory all over him. Surprised Kossuth's not trapping more out of this. There's a loose ball. It's going to be picked up by the Aggies. 4-point game. They trail by 4. They have the ball. Dye lobs it up to Wilcher. It's broken up, and it'll be Aggie basketball. Last touch by Rantel Isom. That was a risky pass from Dye to Wilcher. But if he completes that and Wilcher lays it in, it's a 2-point game. In checks Kenny. You knew this one would get close. You just didn't know when. It's taken a while, but now we've got a 4-point game with a minute left. A 3 would cut it to 1. Here comes Roberts. He gives it back to Hodem. Hodem thought about the 3, skipped it to Dye. Dye goes left. Strong take, no good. Hodem's called for over the back. That's a good call. Hodem was boxed out by Nugent and went right over the top. Nugent to the line for 2. They're in the double bonus. He cannot ice the game with 2 because it's still 2 possessions no matter what, but he'll make it very difficult. And now, boy, he's essentially getting iced because he's at the line, getting ready to shoot. And we got a whistle. And he airballs the first. Nugent doesn't draw rim. There's some ooze from the crowd like, oh no. 54 seconds to play. The second is through there. So he airballs the first and swishes the second. 5-point advantage for Hickory Flat. Wilcher, skip pass. Kennedy Dye for 3. He got it. That's a big shot from Kennedy Dye. That makes it a 2-point game, 53-51, and there are 44 seconds on the clock. Don't go anywhere. More from the Lighthouse Classic right here on the SUV TV.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
The Aggies break their huddle, and it is full court pressure time. We are 44 seconds away from the end of regulation. Kossuth trailing by 2. This is Hickory Flat with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Gadd right in front of us, dribbles around Roberts, loses the handle, trips, and it's turnover. Hickory picks it up, gets it to Roberts. Now Dye working his way in, and Kossuth wants a timeout. That's a good timeout because that was looking like a broken possession for Kossuth. So the timeout means we've got about 30 seconds left. The Aggies trail by 2 and have the basketball. The conclusion when we come back on SUV TV. We're on schedule. It's 11:14. Yesterday, the third game of the day went into overtime. Today, the second one is in danger of doing that as well. The Aggies need a bucket to make that happen. They trail by 2. 30 seconds to play. Here's Roberts with the ball. Now Kennedy Dye out to Hodem. This is who they want with the ball. Hodem with the left hand, behind the back dribble, pump fake, picked up his dribble, and now Dye with the right hand. Loses it, loose ball on the floor. It's going to be they're going to conference and talk about it. And they're going to say Hickory Flat called the timeout with possession of the basketball. And now we're going to have a discussion here. It's Jodan Roberts for Kossuth is talking to the officiating crew. He says, are you sure they had possession first? And so there's nothing the Aggies can do about it now. The call has been made and the timeout clock has started. So the ruling is that the Hickory Flat player was laying on the ground with the basketball, and head coach Craig Daly screaming timeout from the bench. That's possession and timeout. Shortly after that, and I mean a half a second after that, there was a tie-up, and it would have been called a jump ball, but they're saying the timeout was called first. Possession broke down when Hodem had the ball on the baseline. It's where he likes to work, on the left side of the floor. And it was tremendous defense from Darius Nugent. Forced him to pick up his dribble. Possession broke down after that. Loose ball on the floor after some ball handling miscues. 11 seconds is essentially try to get the steal and then foul. And this one's deflected right into my lap. I got to admit, I backpedaled and Lisa went for the ball. Lisa Burnett was on the ball. She's ready to play. Put her in. We got 10.6. About a half a second went off the clock. This one's lobbed in to Mason, and Mason is fouled by Hodem. Hodem and Mason, they kind of laugh about that. They know each other well. They should. They're both averaging over 20 a game. Two schools about the same size here in Mississippi. But it's not been Mason's day. I wouldn't say it hadn't been his day. His team's on top. He's only got 2 points to his name. That's the only thing for him. He's averaging 20 a game, but it's been Isom that has done the scoring in this one. But Mason can knock down a big one here. He makes the first. It's a 3-point game. If he makes this, it's a 2-possession game and only 8.6 seconds to play. It's a big clutch free throw, and he got it. Hunter Mason may have just iced it. There's 6 seconds to play. Wilcher into the front court. Is going to lay it in, and a quick timeout from Kossuth. We've got 2.4 to play. And it is a full timeout. The final 2.4 seconds. Correction, it's only a 30. They're out of full. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. The final 2 seconds when we come back on SUV TV.
Breakfast is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are going to have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
It'll be Hickory Flat to inbound, 2.6. They get it to Mason. A lot of time went off the clock. Almost 2 seconds off the clock, which means the clock reads 0.8. Even if Mason doesn't convert both of these. 0.8, I mean, it's essentially you got to heave it. And for Mason, it's probably in Hickory Flat's benefit to miss the second, regardless what happens on the first. Some would disagree, but Mason misses the first, and I still, if I'm coach, I'm saying you clank this one off the rim. Don't even try to make this, because if you make it, it allows them to set up an inbound play. He does make it. It's a 3-point game. They're just going to throw it into Dye, who's just going to baseball heave it to the other end. It lands in the seats, and that's how this one ends. Hickory flat on top of Kossuth, 56-53. We've played 2 games. We've got 7 more to go. Day number 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. Don't go anywhere. More action to come on SUV TV.